I know. Meeting officially called to order.
We'll take roll call.
I am here, John Bodema, Alan.
Here.
Dean.
Here.
Jeremy.
Here.
Per Minnesota statutes, election results must be canvassed no sooner than 3 days following the election and no later than 10 days following the election. Once the final results are received by the county, staff will update the final resolution and present the final results at the meeting.
You have that here. If you want, we could go ahead and do the Pledge of Allegiance at the beginning of the meeting as well.
Okay. Please join me. The pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Acting Mayor and Council. Michelle can give a brief overview of the election and the results that we have in front of you today. And then we can go forward with the canvassing process.
Sure. Did we want to do an open forum? We don't have any.
I don't think we need an open forum.
Sure.
Yep.
That we put that out there.
Yeah, we don't have anyone in person and no one's joining us.
I'll make a
motion to
approve the agenda though.
Second.
Okay.
You want to take a vote on that?
Yeah. All those in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes 4-0.
Perfect. Okay, well, we had an exciting election cycle this year. We actually had about 78% of voter turnout, and that includes all the absentee balloting. Number of registered persons as of 7 a.m. was 4,820, and we had a total number of persons voting of 3,741. I think it's interesting to note the number of accepted of regular military and overseas absentee ballots and mail ballots was 997. And we had about 413 of those received here during that week of direct balloting. That was pretty good turnout. We have official results for the mayor of 2,600 votes. For council members, Jeremy Nichols had a total vote of 1,927. Alan Schultz, 1,293. Jason Woody, 941. Craig Epseling, 720. And the special election for council, which included Dean Varenkamp, had a total of 2,114 votes. And then we had our write-ins with the different categories at 47 for each mayor, special election, and city council. And if you're interested, I have individual precinct numbers and also the total number of registrations received on election day. Persons registered on election day included 180 people total. And then by precinct, in precinct 1, we had 1,237 total voters. Precinct 2 was 1,223. Precinct 3 was 1,281. And again, that city total for Corcoran of 3,741 voters.
It's very evenly balanced between the precincts.
Mhm.
It is.
Yeah.
When we read through the precinct lines in
18,
for
Yeah.
the 2020 election.
well, 2018, I think, wasn't it? Because 2020 was COVID.
Yes, but that was our first year
Oh,
of
okay.
the new lines. We did allow for some growth in both the south and the precinct 3 and precinct 2. And those, we're now seeing that growth coming pretty consistently from where the folks are coming in.
So it won't be even. This will be the last election that the west side competes with the east precincts.
Well, it's all,
You have a
it's
map?
stratified east to west mostly, right? So it,
Oh,
It'll
it
probably
is?
remain.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you're probably right.
You have a map of the precincts you can show us?
Sure, give me just a second, I can pull it up on the screen for you here. We will be looking at election anytime before an election, we look at whether or not we should be changing those boundaries and whether or not we have enough space in our elections. To manage them. And so we'll have to decide in the next year whether or not we need to do another precinct re-guiding of our precincts, and if we have another space, if we need to get to the point where we add in fourth precinct.
Right.
That's the only reason we would do it, right? Because we don't have wards of any kind, so there's really no other reason
We,
other than space constraints for the locations.
yes, and ideally, we would get to a point where we would have the precinct, only one ballot in each precinct, because it's a little bit easier for judges to manage and whatnot on election day. But we having 5 different school districts, it just makes it challenging to do that.
Mhm.
I think we have 7 school districts, don't we?
think it's
5 different
fine.
school districts.
Is it 5?
Yeah, Rockford, Buffalo, Delano, Wayzata, and Osseo. And
Oh, okay.
we've got, these are our school districts and the number of precincts that. So likely when we get into the next. We'll be revisiting this to try to be consistent with the number of folks going to each of the precincts and potentially adding another polling location if needed. So with that, we would ask that council adopt resolution 2020 130 or 2022 136 with the votes as outlined in the abstract.
So I'll make a motion that we accept resolution 2022-136 canvassing the November 8th, 2022 municipal election returns and declaring the results.
Second.
All those in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Abstain. Motion passes 4-0.
And with that, we can conclude, we will have everyone sign that the abstract on the election abstract following the close of the meeting.
I'll make a motion to dismiss.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 4-0.
Well,